Hello friends, welcome to my channel. My name is Harshal. So today we are going to start part 3 of manufacturing industries. So if you didn't watch the part 1 and part 2, please watch it, like it and subscribe to my channel. So let's start part 3 of manufacturing industries. Come with me. Our first topic is jute textile. So India is the largest producer of raw jute and jute goods. Yes, most of these are located in West Bengal. Keep it in mind that whenever the jute textile this word come, West Bengal is already come. Means in West Bengal, most of jute textiles are located. Used in making ropes, yes, these are the goods of jute, mainly along the banks of Hooghly River. Means in West Bengal, jute textiles are located mainly in nearby banks of Hooghly River. So, what are the factors responsible for Hooghly location? Why the jute textiles mainly located near Hooghly location? So, proximity of jute producing areas means there are proximity means nearby. All the things are needed to jute that are already present in that banks of rivers. So this is known as proximity of jute producing areas in Hooghly location. Inexpensive water transport supported by a good network of railways, roadways, waterways. Yes, this is also an inexpensive transportation. Means the one of the important factor for responsible for Hooghly location is that inexpensive water transport, railways, roadways, waterways. Means we know that West Bengal is located nearby the ocean, Bay of Bengal. So there are most of the transportation is waterways. So it is very inexpensive, means it is very cheap. So this is one of the crucial factor. So next is abundant water for processing raw jute. Yes, abundant means there is a specific water, means the needy amount. There is no any sufficient of water, insufficient of water. There is always sufficiency of water for processing raw jute. Cheap labor from West Bengal and adjoining states of Bihar, Orissa and Uttar Pradesh. Means there are very cheap labors are very cheap in West Bengal and some adjoining states. Yes. Now the last point is Kolkata as a large urban center provides banking, insurance and port facilities for export of jute goods. The jute industry supports means Kolkata, the capital of West Bengal, that provides a large insurance, large facilities or exportation for jute goods. So this is also an crucial role for factors of jute in Hooghly River. So what are the challenges? What are the challenges towards the jute? So the challenges is stiff competition in the international market from synthetic substitutes. We know that synthetic means animal fiber, that stiff competition, tagda competition with jute, cotton, etc. Internal demand has been on the increase due to government policy of mandatory use of jute packaging. Yes, mandatory use of jute packaging means mostly the plastic that we can say synthetic fiber. It is a synthetic fiber that is used in our India. So we can say the jute is a mandatory use of jute packaging. So this policy is very harassed to the challenges. Yes. So in 2005, National Jute Policy was formulated with the objective of increasing productivity, improving quality, ensuring good prices to jute farmers and enhancing the yield per hectare. Means in 2005, a policy was formulated to increase the production of jute, and that is very cheap, and we can come into development, we can come into increase our economy. So that we can say that national jute policy is formulated to increase the productivity of jute, improving the quality of jute, ensuring good prices and also enhancing the yield. Means also upgrading the yield, upgrading the machineries, etc. Are you getting it? Yes. So the growing global concern for environment-friendly, biodegradable materials has once again opened for opportunity for jute products. Means in some time there are no biodegradable materials because it's very expensive and not used in our India. Per for jute product, for increase the jute production, the growing global concern means we know that biodegradable materials are environment friendly, so that are bring to hand for and open the opportunity for increasing or enhancing the jute production. So that is also a global concern towards the jute production. Are you getting it? Yes. So let's move ahead. So sugar industry. Next industry is our sugar industry. So sugar industry, India stands second world as a world producer of sugar, but occupies the first place in production of gur and khansari. Means we know that sugar is second position in world. It forms second position after Brazil sugar, but first position in gur. Means gur are some products that are made by sugar, khansari and gur in first position. The raw material used in this industry is bulky and in haulage its sucrose content reduces. So what is its meaning? Its meaning is very understanding easy, that sugar means the raw material of sugarcane, that we can say sugarcane, it is a very bulky and haulage its sucrose content reduces. Haulage means if we put sugarcane like this and for some time, for 2 or 3 days, that the sucrose contents of this sugar can get reduced. So this is known as haulage. This is known as haulage. So this industry is seasonal in nature, so it is ideally suited to cooperative sector. So there is a tendency for mills to shift and concentrate in southern and western states, especially in Maharashtra. So it's very easy meaning that we know that what is a cooperative sector. A cooperative sector means that workers are the same. Workers are the same men, producers also the same men, consumer also the same men. Means who is producing raw material are the same people, and who is producing the qualified materials, good products, and who is selling it in the market, all are same. So this sector is known as cooperative sector. So why it is cooperative sector? Let's see. So we know that haulage, it's very haulage means the sucrose content reduces in some time also. So wherever that sugarcane is produced, only nearby that all the mills of sugarcane, all that are produced in a high tendencies to shift the concentrate. Means all the mills, all the factories of sugar, gur, khansari, etc., jaggery, that are produced, means that are shifted nearby the land where sugarcane is produced, to decrease the sucrose content, sorry, to decrease the haulage. Are you getting it? And the sugarcane means the mills and the all are mostly found in Maharashtra, western states, southern states in India. Are you getting it? Yes. This is because the cane produce here the higher sucrose content. Yes, we know that sugar can have very high sucrose content, so it can provide a property known as haulage. The haulage is that if we took many time, for means if we keep the sugar cane for many time, it will haulaged, means the sucrose content get reduces. So the cooler climate also ensures a longer crushing season. Moreover, the cooperatives are more successful in these states. Yes, in Maharashtra, in western or in southern or no, what we can say, southern and western states that are take very cooler climate. We know that in winter season it's cool climate, so it takes longer crushing season. Yes, sugar cane produces in a year, so it is an seasonal crop. So this is also an advantage of cooperatives to success in that states. Are you understanding it? Yes. So next are the major challenges. What are the major challenges towards the sugarcane? First is seasonal nature of industry. Yes, if in a 12 months there is only 4 months of sugarcane, there is only the season of sugarcane, then what the farmers, what the workers do remaining months? This is also a challenge. Transport delay. Yes, we know that haulage, it is a haulage. Yes, it makes a property. So if the transport delays, it will be damaged or it will reduce the sucrose. Old and inefficient methods of production, yes, we didn't know what are the technical or what are the latest production of sugarcane, so we use inefficient and old methods of sugarcane production. Need to maximize use of baggage. What is baggage? Means when we make the sugar, when we make the gur, when we make the jaggery, all that remaining what we can say remaining waste or that solid particle, that can say baggage, means that it can be used, that can be come into increase the use, need to maximize the use of that remaining baggage of sugarcane. So this is are the challenges, major challenges faced by sugar production. So mineral based industries, what now the other topic is mineral based industries in this lesson. So first industry of mineral is iron and steel industry. Wow, this is my favorite industry. So let's move. The iron and steel industry is basic industry and other industries heavy, medium, light depend on it, their machinery. Yes. By iron, by steel, maximum products are made by iron and steel. So this is the backbone or we can say basic industry of all those heavy, medium, light industry. So all the machineries all are depend on iron and steel industry. Iron and steel is a heavy industry because all raw materials as well as finished goods are heavy and bulky. We know that iron and steel are solids, very bulky solids. So their raw materials also very bulky. So the finished goods also very heavy and bulky. Steel is needed to manufacture a variety of engineering goods, construction material, defense, etc. So the bath is steel. So steel is needed, means steel need a manufacture of variety, that we can say engineering goods, construction material, defense. So this is an in manufacture of steel many needs, means what we can say finance is very high in steel. So production and consumption of steel is often regarded as the index of country's development. Means if the important thing, the index, steel and iron industry is known as index of country's development. Means for a easy method, for a, in a other language, if of that country the steel production of that country is high, then the country is more developed. Yes, if the steel conduction, if the steel consumption, if steel production is high of that country, that can say that the index of the country is that development. Yes, by this we can say that steel is the most economic developer product. So whenever we are in exams that ask that what we can say the index of country's development, that is the production and consumption of steel. So iron ore, cooking, what is this? Iron ore, cooking coal, and limestone are required in a ratio of approximately 4 to 1. These are the parts of iron. That iron ore is produced 4% of 100%, cooking coal 2%, and limestone 1%, that are produced in iron and steel industries. So more about this. Some quantities of manganese are also required to harden the steel. Means for increasing the strength of steel or hard the steel, the some quantities of element manganese are used. Today with 32.8 billion tons of steel production, India ranks 9th among the world crude steel producers. It is the largest producer of sponge iron. That's great. Means India ranks 9th number in world in the steel production, because world crude steel producers, all the world is very crude steel producers, so that's why they are very economically financial. So I told already that wherever the steel production is increased, development also increased. It is a public sector industry inspired of large quantity of production of steel. Per capita consumption per annum is only 32 kg. Yes, this is public sector industry, means all the production, all that control of steel production are held by government. In spite of large quantity of production of steel, per capita consumption per annum is only 32 kg. Means only 32 kg of steel that can provide per annum of per capita consumption. Means that we can say that steel is very high in economically, means that economically it is very useful for development. Today China is the largest producer. China is also the world's largest producer of steel. Yes, China is world's largest consumer of steel and producer of steel. So China is very developed than India. Chota Nagpur Plateau region has maximum concentration of iron and steel industry. We know that Chota Nagpur Plateau is located in Jharkhand, and Jharkhand is the maximum concentration of mining. Means iron ore are already formed in Jharkhand. So the Chota Nagpur Plateau is the maximum concentration of iron and steel industries. So factors responsible for the Chota Nagpur Plateau. So why the iron ore have a maximum concentration in Chota Nagpur Plateau? First is cheap labor. Yes, it have cheap labor. Low cost of iron ore, high grade raw materials in proximity. Yes, raw materials are near to that plateau, and iron ore is quality of iron ore is very high. Vast growth of potential in home market. Yes, what means in Jharkhand there is a very large production of iron ore happens. So it is the responsible for higher concentration of iron and steel industries in Chota Nagpur Plateau. Drawbacks. What are the drawbacks of this? So poor infrastructure. Yes, in Jharkhand there is very poor infrastructure because this is that plateau region. Lower productivity of labor. So labor are not abundant. Labor is very abundant for steel and iron industries because our machineries are not very upgraded. So there is also lower production. Irregular supply of energy. Energy is needed by electricity. So there is also an yes. High cost of limited and availability of coking coal. Means there is a very large cost of iron ore, and the availability of coking coal is also limited. So this is unreserved. These are the drawbacks of this. So now the development of steel in India. So what are the components or the points that belong to development of steel in India? So all the public sector undertaking market their steel through Steel Authority of India, means SAIL, Steel Authority of India. While Tisco is also Tata, what we can say, Tata Iron and Steel, what we can say, Tata Iron and Steel Construction. If you know the full form of Tisco, write in comment. Markets its production through Tata Steel. Yes. So these are the public sectors like SAIL, Tisco that produces in development of steel in India. Second is liberalization. What is the liberalization and foreign direct investment have given a boost to the industry with the efforts of private entrepreneurs. Means liberalizations means the very support is given to that steel industry in our India, and large amount of large amount of money is invested to give a boost to industry, and by boosting the industry we can increase our private entrepreneurs. Means if in a country there is more private entrepreneurs, means more private companies, the production also high and the economy and the GDP also increases. So aluminium smelting. So then second point, we second, what we can say, second mineral industry. First mineral industry is what? Iron and steel industry. So second industry is aluminium smelting. Second most important, metallurgical industry in India. Metallurgical means we can say metallurgical industry means it is the second metallic element. Second metallic element aluminium is. So second most important industry in India after steel and iron industry. So it is light and resistant to corrosion, a good conductor of heat, malleable and becomes strong when it is mixed with other metals. Means aluminium is very light in weight, and it resists the corrosion. It can't be corroded, and it is also a good conductor of heat, and that can be made in spreadsheets, means aluminium foil, etc. So this becomes strong when, means if aluminium is added with other elements, that we can say that it becomes strong. So it used to manufacture aircraft, utensils, wires. Means aluminium is used to manufacture aircraft, means that used in India, utensils, wires, etc. We use na utensil, aluminium foil, aluminium, or what we can say, aluminium, bowls, plates, etc. It has gained popularity as a substitute of steel, copper, zinc, lead in a number of industries. Yes, aluminium also gained, means aluminium also famous for a substitute, means aluminium is mixed with copper, zinc, steel to lead in a number of industries. If there is a what we can say, if there is insufficiency of any element, that we can use the aluminium metal. So the raw material used in the smelters is a very bulky, dark reddish colored rock called bauxite. Yes, bauxite is the, when we can say, means iron is produced by iron ore, means iron ore is a raw material. So aluminium is produced by bauxite, and bauxite is a raw material for iron, aluminium. So next is aluminium smelting plants. Means where the aluminium smelting plants located in India. So there are total 8 states. Orissa, West Bengal, Kerala, Uttar Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu. These are the 8 states where aluminium smelting plants are located. So prime factors for location of industry. So first is regular supply of electricity and assured source of raw material. Means why does it located in these 8 states? That the prime factors are, there is a very large, means very regular supply of electricity and assured source of raw material. Because in these states bauxite is very famous. So the third part of the mineral industry is chemical industries, and this is also very important, very crucial important industry in our economy. The chemical industry in India is fast growing and diversifying. Means chemical industry is fastest growing industry in our India, and that is diversified. Means all is spread in India. It contributes approximately 3% of GDP. Yes, chemical industry contribute 3% of GDP, and in part 1 we already say that textile industry forms 4% of GDP. So it is the third largest in Asia and occupies the 12th place in world in term of its size. Means in Asia, India is the third largest producer of chemical industry, and in world it is 12th place of 12th. It compromises both large and small scale manufacturing units. Means chemical industries also compromises in large scale and small scale both manufacturing units. So rapid growth has been recorded in both inorganic and organic sectors. So what are inorganic or an organic sector? Let's see. So organics, first is organic. Organic means that are made by plants, animals, manure, humus, etc. That are only made by veg, non-veg, etc. means plants and animals, herbivorous, carnivorous. Example, petrochemicals, that is fossil fuels, petrochemicals. Yes, na, that is produced by the decomposition of plants, animals, dead decaying matter. So this is known as organic. And next is inorganic. Inorganic means except organic, all things are inorganic, such as acid, bases, nitric acid, alkalines, soda ash, sulfuric acid, etc. So the fourth mineral industry is fertilizer industry. So fertilizer industry, yes, let's see. So centered around the production of nitrogenous fertilizers, mainly urea, means nitrogen means only urea, yes. Phosphatic fertilizers, ammonium phosphate, these are the most production of fertilizers. Complex fertilizers which have a combination of NPK, means nitrogen, phosphate, potash, or potash we can say potassium. So nitrogen is very required for plants for fertilizers. Yes, potash is entirely imported as a country does not have any reserves of commercially usable potash or potassium compounds. Means in India there is a very insufficiency of potash. So ordered by countries ordered by, so potash is entirely, means 100% of potash in our country is imported. India is the third largest producer of nitrogenous fertilizer. Yes, that's also great. Means nitrogen is very required. So the India is the third largest producer of nitrogenous fertilizers. After the Green Revolution, the industry expanded to the several other parts of country. Gujarat, Tamil Nadu, Uttar Pradesh, Punjab and Kerala contribute towards half of fertilizer production. Means Green Revolution, we know that Green Revolution is that, means in agriculture we already learned that it is the revolution that industry must be expand its units or several other parts of the country. So this by the Green Revolution, nitrogenous fertilizers are enhances its power. So Gujarat, these are the states that contribute the half of fertilizer production, and half of fertilizer production is come by, means imported by other countries. So other significant producers are Andhra Pradesh, Gujarat, Rajasthan, Bihar, Maharashtra, Assam, West Bengal. Means overall all the states, yes, I am right. Overall all the 90% of states produces the fertilizers. Yes, because farming is very essential. So for farming, fertilizers are needed. So we completed our chapter part 3. Part 3 of manufacturing industry we are completed. So the part 4 will release shortly. If you like this video, then like the button, subscribe to my channel and have a nice day. Yes, goodbye.